Hey, what's up? This is Ricky, CyberSec people, and I want to share a quick video on 5 harsh truths for job seekers in the cybersecurity space. So number one, it's an industry that requires continuous self-learning. So yes, there's a lot of money, a lot of activity, and a lot of demand in this space. It's an industry that is moving so quickly. The threats that are emerging, the industry as a whole is just changing and evolving so much that if you stay where you are, you will be left behind in 1, 2, and 3 years' time. So if you're not passionate about learning, or at least passionate about the industry, you will struggle. So that's something to bear in mind. Number two is entry level doesn't mean unskilled. You should be coming to the table with something, an understanding of something. So when we think about cybersecurity, it's not this standalone thing. Cyber essentially sits on top of IT, on top of business. So having an understanding of how business works, how frameworks work, how essentially IT, the fundamentals in IT, a lot of folks in security started out in IT roles before cybersecurity. So just some food for thought there. Number three is soft skills are vital. So it doesn't matter if you are a pen tester, an incident responder, or a CISO. Whatever your role is, your ability to communicate, your ability to influence, empathy, these things will take you far in your career. I use those examples. So a CISO needs to communicate with the board to talk about risk and essentially help them understand risk in business context, because if they don't do that, they're not going to achieve the budgets that they need or the investment they need to essentially help drive change in an organization. A pen tester, you could be the best hacker in the world, but if you can't write a report that an organization understands that essentially can make those critical changes off the back of your report, then really what's the worth of that report? Number four is there's no one size fits all or one pathway into this industry. So a shameless plug, but I host the Hacking into Security podcast, and we have a bunch of episodes that highlight all the different journeys of some amazing people that have come into this industry. And these people, essentially, there's so many pathways, from people that have been chefs, people that have worked in retail, people that have been in healthcare, people who have been in so many different types of roles that you don't need a traditional pathway of just education then into business. So essentially, there are lots of people you can take advice from, guidance from, and again, there's so many ways into this space. Number five, and this is a really tough one, is yes, there are lots of headlines around the skill shortage in this space, and there's lots of demand, but regardless of that demand, the really strange thing is the lack of sponsorship. So there's not many companies that I see out there that actually offer people sponsorship. So you could be skilled in another country and want to relocate to somewhere like Australia, but to be honest with you, it's a real challenge, and it just baffles me at times where there is high demand, there is urgency for people and skilled people that could be coming from other places that could essentially bring their skills, experience, and expertise, but it doesn't happen as much as I think it could or it should. So essentially, when you see these job adverts or you see these headlines, it is a challenge. It's not impossible, but it's not something that will happen quickly. So if you are persistent, which again, if you take the sort of mindset of offensive security of try harder, or at least keep trying, then again, persistence is everything. So there's 5 harsh truths. I will cover these videos in more detail in separate videos as time goes on. For now, have a great day. Take care.